Hey fellow marketers, I'm Alex, and in this video we'll discuss pop-ups. I wanted to say we're going to be discussing their dark side, namely common pop-up mistakes. But since pop-ups leave most users tight-lipped anyway, I'll just say we will run through the biggest no-nos in the pop-up making. So let's start. In the meantime, please subscribe to our channel, press a like under this video, and maybe leave a comment on what would you like to see covered next. Now, finally, let's check out some of the worst pop-up mistakes that scare off your website visitors. Mistake number 1. Bad pop-up timing. I bet you yourself faced a situation when you basically fought off annoying pop-ups the moment you entered the website. 2 or even 3 pop-ups at a time. A single pop-up overlapping the page. Seriously, that causes split-second bounces and leave users with anxiety. Multiple pop-ups simultaneously mean a marketer lacks website strategy and is merely incompetent in running basic marketing processes. Give the users a chance to take a look around your website and let your pop-ups out in a while. But how do you calculate when to set the trigger? This is impossible without knowing how visitors engage with certain pages and how much time they spend on a particular page. This is where good old Google Analytics comes into play. Analyze how long users generally browse the page and display the pop-up after half that time. I can't really give you the precise number, as it depends on your target audience, website specifics, and other factors, but you should test and test again, then analyze your results. Now let's go over to the second mistake, and it's terrible design. This mistake unites multiple shortcomings. Too many input fields, negative CTA copywriting, impossible close buttons, overlapping. Blame these guys. Now, what's wrong with each one of them? A pop-up can either sink or swim when appearing in front of users' eyes. It can convert and bring your email subscription or a phone number, or just gets closed. But even if you bring a valuable offer in your pop-ups, like a discount or a free shipping or a lead magnet, but use several input fields, your pop-up will probably fail. The rule of thumb is usually one action, one input field. Trust me, fewer fields don't mean fewer conversions. Stats show that 2 fields are your max, an email address and a name, for example. And yeah, be careful with what you write in that pop-up. Sometimes I stumble upon negative copywriting that goes something like, "No, I don't want to study if I'm not interested in that free book," or "I want to remain poor if I don't feel like taking up some finance teaching course," or "No, thanks, I hate these gowns," when I'm not interested in that 10% off. Avoid negativity in your copy and potential user annoyance. After all, users might have various reasons for not following your CTA. Respect that decision. One way to omit the negative CTA is to add a simple exit button. Always check whether your pop-up is easy to close. Avoid user frustration and leave a way to opt out easily. Use a visible close button and incorporate it in your pop-up design. Always test your design on mobile devices. Here goes mistake number 3, which is poor targeting. This means aiming the wrong visitors at the wrong time. It means showing the same pop-up again and again. It also means showing irrelevant content in your pop-up. Once you use a tool with versatile targeting options, the issue might be resolved in no time. For example, SendPulse now offers over 20 conditions for a pop-up targeting. You can decide when and where your pop-up will appear and set display conditions. Just go ahead and try pop-ups from SendPulse, like right now, or maybe finish the video first. As I was saying, you can decide when and where your pop-up will appear and set display conditions. Consider creating different pop-up ads specifically for a holiday or any other occasions. This is when users might specifically be looking for a pop-up message, as they might contain some bargains. If you give away the first order discount in exchange for contact information, make sure your customer doesn't come across the same pop-up again. Or don't rush to show pop-up for loyal customers if the user entered your website for the first time. If you have an international audience, but your pop-up is relevant for particular countries, target specific domains or browser language. Make a customer journey map so that you can understand which pop-up offers are relevant to your customers at the different stages of interactions with your website. Now let's chat. Why do you hate pop-ups? Let me know in the comment section below. See you in the next video.